Hey guys, welcome back to Saucy Sounds. Today's topic is a little bit of a controversial one, and that is everyone's favorite subject, scales. So I want to take time during this video to explain why scales are so important to learn and how by not knowing them, it's holding you back tremendously in your playing. So of course, scales are good for things like finger dexterity and then also just compartmentalizing the keyboard, shrinking it from 88 keys to 12 individual groups of keys. But the number one factor of why I think scales are important is really for your theoretical knowledge and your chord knowledge. And what I mean by that is, at least for me when I play, I actually reference things in numbers just because numbers are transposable versus notes aren't. And so by knowing your scales, you'll be able to quickly reference different chord tones, and chord tones obviously make up the chords that you want to play. And so just like an example I want to dive into is, let's say the major chord. A major chord is 1, 3, 5. And so if you're in the key of C, we know that C, E, G are those notes. But if you don't know your scales, then you won't be able to pinpoint those notes quickly. And that's a huge problem. So for instance, if I say, hey, today we're gonna learn a new chord, and that chord is a minor 7 with an add 6, and we're gonna do it in the key of A. Well, you gotta know that A minor is A, C, E, G, and the 6, the natural 6 is F. But if you don't know your scales well, you won't be able to pinpoint those notes quickly and accurately. And what I see that causes in a lot of students is frustration because they can't get around the keyboard fast enough. So I want you to really take learning scales seriously, not so that you can become a virtuoso and play them at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but just so you know them well enough that you can internalize them and you can call notes at the drop of a dime. And also too, playing with the number system, you gotta know the scale. If we're in the key of D flat and the MD says, hey, we're gonna go 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, you gotta know F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. You don't have time to be like, okay, well, D flat scale, and count your notes. You have to know that right then and there. So again, I just want to reiterate, quick recap, knowing your scales, the most important reason in my opinion, is so you can get your way around the keyboard from a theoretical and conceptual mindset and standpoint, not necessarily a physical one. The physical is important and you do want to practice scales, but there's other ways to practice finger dexterity than just straight scales. But you want to know your scales because they are the building blocks and the foundation of like chord theory and theoretical knowledge. In subsequent videos, I'm going to be going over chord progressions because I get asked that a lot. Teach me cool chord progressions. But if you don't know your scales, you will not be able to keep up. And I want you guys to be able to keep up so you can just explore more in music and develop your skills more and find your voice. So learn your scales, but don't just learn them, internalize them. Quiz yourself on the numbers of the scale. So if you're in the key of F, you gotta know B flat is 4, D is 6, E is 7. You gotta know these things at the drop of a dime. You gotta be able to know flat 7s, major 7s, flat 3rds, sharp 11s, you know. If you're in the key of E, your major 3rd is the A flat. If it's minor, it's gonna be G. So if you have a flat 7, that's gonna be D, which is your dominant. So you really wanna know these things. As you can see, they take your knowledge to the next level and it'll allow you to keep up and dissect chords in ways that you didn't realize before, okay? So that's the importance of scales. You guys like and subscribe, and we will be back for the next video. See you guys later.